sweet.
It's Sky!
Seriously though, in all seriousness.
Oh my God, I'm sweating. You have to. Oh, jeepers. Eddie, you can't call me now. Jeepers.
Who?
That was my boyfriend.
Really?
Yes. So, oh wow. Oh God. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Hi, let's see who's watching. Gary. Hey, Bill. Hi, Ann. Okay. All right. Hey, Gary.
Hi.
All right.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh my God. What is going on here? Why is this not working? Why is this not working? No. Okay, let's go live on this. Okay, let's see how this works. What is wrong with this phone? Oh, it's backwards, that's why. There we go. Oh my God. This is what happens when you're like our age, right? We're our age, me and you. Although he's a little older than me. But no, actually, I'm 10 years older than Jerry.
40.
Yeah, there you go.
Kid stuff.
That's it.
That's chump change. You know. If you were a fish, I would throw you back in the lake. You know.
I was just so happy to talk to you this morning. I wanted to make sure that you were okay.
No, I just wanted to make sure that somebody wanted to listen to check into.
Okay, we're getting going here. We're going live in a minute. So this is going to be a fun day. I have to take this hat off, though, to be a real radio person. Am I really a radio person? I don't know, but whatever. I'll try for today. Okay. I'm just a person. Oh, wait, let me take this off. Okay, there we go. All right. Yay. I can't ruin my hair with the hat. Oh my God, Sky, you did it with Sky has his headphones on with the hat on. All right, Jerry, you do have to put your headphones on at some point.
I'm going to put this
Yeah.
on and put it back.
Okay, you can do whatever you want. It's your birthday, you can do whatever you want. It's your party, you can cry if you want to.
Do what?
It's your party, you can cry if you want to.
Gotcha.
Or laugh. Are you all set?
I am.
Oh, here we go. Like a Fifth Avenue diamond.
This is the Just Steph Show. I'm your host, Steph Palermo, your Italian Boston girl, moves south, who shows you how to enjoy life. Right here on
The Real 1100.
AM. Tune in weekly for tips on enhancing your life by balancing body, mind, and heart.
And featuring Living Atlanta.
Where to be this weekend. That's right, getting real on 1100 AM. Just Steph.
Hey, this is Steph Palermo. Everybody has two lives. The second one begins when you realize you only have one. We are second lifers. We're empty nesters, newly single, and those starting over. Age 3, your healthy, happy, hip years are just beginning. This show is dedicated to Jerry Farber. Yay,
Thank you. Stop it.
Yay.
No, I'm giving it back to you.
It's his birthday. There we go. All right. There we go. So happy birthday, Jerry.
Thank you.
So everybody has two lives, but how many have you had?
Well, starting with the first one, a lot. And they keep on happening, see.
Oh my gosh,
I have a take on it. 80 came up quick. 80. Unbelievable. But last Sunday I showed up for a friend's 90th. He plays tennis. He plays golf.
Uh-huh.
He's strong. He
Right.
works out.
90
So
years old?
90 years old.
Nice.
I'm gonna tell you, his name is Carl Sell. He was one of Atlanta's best sports announcers.
Oh.
And for 20 years. And life's been really good to him. And you know what? It's been back good to him.
Good.
But there were people there missing because they were gone from the earth, but Carl's still 90 years old.
Right.
So I thought I was doing fine, then I see Carl. Then we went down to, went to work out, and then we went to the cheetah lounge, then we did all kinds of stuff.
What's
Not
the cheetah?
Not cheetah, the bird cage or something. No, it's where you study birds. I knew it was a creature or something, cheetah, it was a bird cage. But you know what they did? Like, they all laughed, everybody had a great, there were 45 people that came from Europe, some of his friends.
Right.
It was great.
Nice.
So I'm thinking, God, I'm young here.
Yeah, that's nice. It's a good feeling, isn't it?
It was great, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Except I went to get my physical, first week of January, and they send you a calendar, right?
Right.
So the calendar came, but it only went through June.
Oh, that's it.
So I called the doctor, and I said, what's this about? He said, we need to talk. I hate that when they
Right.
have to talk, you know, let's just, you don't have to talk. Anyway, bad joke.
Oh, my God.
Let's go
All
on.
right, kids, the backbone is connected, so give me a buzz to chat today. 404-603-8770. You call in if you want to wish Jerry a happy birthday or put a message up on Facebook, text me, whatever. I'm sure many of you have my phone number. I don't know.
So I went to the health club with our producer.
Oh, you did? You went with Sky?
Now, Scott.
Yeah, nice.
One of the fitness places, and all the young guys were saying, God, I love your alligator shoes. I was barefooted. You know?
Oh, my God.
I was sitting in the hot tub for 20 minutes, and I thought I had alligator shoes.
Oh,
You know,
I'm
I'm
so
doing
excited.
old jokes now. I never thought I would just, it never occurred to me, because I never liked them when other comedians do.
Oh,
Like, be young. I mean, be youthful. You don't have to be old.
Right.
People act old when they're 50.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So, but 80 is, I went to visit a cemetery plot, a friend of mine, and these three men chased me with shovels before, chasing me. They thought, hate that when that happens.
Jerry died last week. You didn't know it. You didn't
Oh, no, I've done a punchline twice.
Oh.
With the other three shows. My kid said, are you afraid of my kid? 17, he asked me. We talked real, we never did baby talk.
Right.
He said, Dad, you're 80 and you've outlived most of your friends. Are you frightened of death? I said, Josh, I've done it so many times on stage. Really, you
Right.
sort of get used to it.
You get used to, yeah. Maybe it's even easier to pass over to that next life than it is to be.
Well, I want to read, I brought some friends got me for another birthday, but I kept it.
Oh, good.
It's Thoughts About Happiness. Should I just read one?
Yeah.
And a case.
Yeah, you gotta, yes.
Okay, it says this, it's only possible, only to live happily ever after on a daily basis.
There you go.
We make plans and the Lord chuckles and laughs,
Right.
but day to day, you can build that muscle.
Absolutely.
Great to be here.
Every day. And 17 seconds, positive thought for 17 seconds, and another one will come. And you just keep, reeling it in for happy.
Well, you
So.
seem happy, you got a boyfriend, that helps, I guess.
Yeah, I am happy. I'm actually the happiest I've been in my whole life. And I think, what, this is funny. I had my physical a couple weeks ago, and I just got my test results this week. My cholesterol went down 29 points.
That's super.
29 points. It went from 203 to 174, and I'm actually up on the scale. And I really believe it has to do with what's going on up here. I really do.
And the doctor would agree with that, but do you take medicine too?
No, I don't take anything.
And have you changed diet?
No, I've been eating more. I've been having fun, going out, drinking and eating, having a good time, enjoying life. And
Well, you look like it, and if
Thank
things
you.
don't work out with that boyfriend, call me at 8:30. I'm old, but I'm not dead, you know what I mean? And tell him if things don't work out with you, for him to call me. Just I want people to call, I like the
Yeah.
phone to.
yeah, well, I know that because when I text you, I have to be prepared for a phone call because you never really text me back. I don't know.
Let me tell you, because you're instructing, my own thing for my kid is learn how to talk and not text.
I love it.
There's nothing like the voice, there really
Right.
isn't, and
I
we're losing,
agree.
there's no question we're losing.
I
Some of these
agree.
kids cannot talk unless they can talk like this. Like this.
Oh, I know. Yeah, my kids do that
So-
with the they'll text me from the next room. And I'm
Well-
like, get here. What are you doing? Are you mad? I will be.
Well, I understand it's a language, but it shouldn't be the only language.
Well, I think, here's what my thought on that is, and my thought is that the kids coming up today, because even when they go to college, they put themselves in a room with a video game, and that's how they're socializing with the video game online. And I'm thinking they're going to have a real problem when it comes to having to deal with, their bosses and people that they actually have to see and communicate with every day. And are they going to understand the nonverbal cues or the things that you get just by being around, just by talking with people? I think it's a problem. I really do.
It is a problem.
And it's no fun. I'd rather be in, you can feel people's energy. I mean, there's a lot going on with just being in the same room together, with somebody and talking to them.
I watched this incredible documentary about Nina Simone, who was my favorite singer of all time. It was sad. She had bipolar and all over the place. But there was nobody that sang songs like Nina Simone. And there was before gadgets, there was before anything.
Right.
So you had to do it like in front of people, be 10,000, she communicated.
Right.
Streisand the same.
Right.
I watched her thing too. She doesn't have a phone. She doesn't do a phone. She doesn't have a phone. She's got a phone, but not text. She doesn't.
Right.
We need to talk. Let's talk.
Right.
I think it's healthier, I swear.
It is healthier, and I think and things will, everything kind of goes around, and there's a purpose for everything. I think I like a text to say, hey, all right, confirming I'll see you at 8 o'clock.
Yes. But not to break up a relationship with.
Oh, no.
No,
That's
and not
terrible.
to talk real,
That's
not to
terrible.
share pain, not to share joy.
That's terrible.
But that's my own take on it.
So today is National Peanut Butter Lovers Day. Did you know that?
No, but I've heard good things about it.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, and it says how to observe it. It says fall in love with some peanut butter or a new peanut butter combination. This is how we should be observing today. I'd rather have a vodka, but it's okay.
It's good isn't it a good product?
I love peanut. Well, I mean, I like peanut butter. Oh, here we go.
You're beautiful. I just want to thank you. Thanks for having me. For birthday.
Happy, happy birthday, baby.
Want to dance?
Although you're with somebody new,
You're so adorable.
thought I'd drop a line to say that I wish this happy day would find me beside you. There we go. How's that?
I love that. The crowd loved you.
Yay! I know. I love doing a live audience. A pretend one. So, all right. So, what'd you do this weekend? You did the birthday party. What else?
No, the party's coming up. The party's coming.
No, the party that you went to a
that
party.
That was at Country Club.
Oh.
That was not my
Oh,
birthday. It was his 90th, his friend's 90th.
Right,
birthday.
right. But what else did you do last weekend? Anything fun?
I watched a lot of documentaries, which is a joy. I go to a Starbucks when the least amount of people there, and I read Times, I read quietly.
Right.
And it's a joy.
Right.
I love reading.
That's nice.
Because my mind, it's not just the body, the mind. And I
Right.
talk to a lot of people that aren't aware that they're just not aware, and they're not much fun. They can be cutest people in the world, but if they're not aware, they might as well be dating
Yeah.
studio cloth.
Right.
I mean that.
Right.
That's for me. I wasn't like that. Maybe at 60 I started to get. I want conversation. I want to learn.
Right.
I already know.
I love that.
Well, it makes sense though, doesn't it?
Well, of course. It's like anything else. You want to go down swinging.
I heard a psychologist one time said that sex is great, healthy, natural, 100% cotton, but it's what goes on after sex where the action is.
There you go.
Meaning, do you have something to talk about? Do you share any verbals? Is there,
Right.
just, okay, I'm going to sleep. I've done that one. I got to go back to my own house. Don't make me say things like that. No, but I think it's true. How are you together after?
Well, yeah, and really, I mean, it really is about being able to, share, but also have something to talk about, for goodness
Well,
sake.
who are you together after?
Right. I mean, do you have something of value? I mean, I'm really, it's so funny. I've been in therapy for like 20 years, and I can't. I'm actually a little addicted, but I love my therapist. He's a great guy. He's awesome, and we have this, great. And I talked to him about these deep realities because I think I can't really. It's not too many people you can talk to about this stuff. And I went in there this past week, and I said, because I don't seem like whatever. I just go in and I just want to sort of give him all the stuff that I have mulling around in my head. And I said something about, sort of on the lines of what I said to you the other day, and you said you're moving towards a TED Talk. And
Yes.
I said, I was talking about, just getting my head on straight and being, coming from a place of not really wanting to wake up in the morning to, oh my gosh, this is amazing right this second, and all of this. And he said to me, it just was something very deep that I don't even want to get into here, but he said, how many people do you think like that? And I go, nobody. I'm like, I have, it's like not that many that really understand their true value in life, their true value to themselves, and their value to the world around them. And I find it very sad. And I was there, so I understand it. It's not like I'm not judging.
Well, listen, if we think that people are going around giggling and laughing all the time, like a laughing hyena, that's not true.
Right.
I think people want to laugh, they go to comedy clubs and they laugh, but then they leave, they've got their own fracture just like the comedian.
Right.
They have to deal with it. That's why I think that we need more mental shelters than we do hamburger places.
Right.
I think kids need to feel free.
Right.
It starts with the kids. And when they feel beaten or fractured, or they don't think they're loved, that's when all the, and then they grow up to be humans, and older, and then all of a sudden they're chaotic. And they're,
So do you think, we had this conversation a week or so ago about, why people aren't so nice. And, we were talking about that, and even people that are in positions of influence that aren't nice to people, or they, they maybe don't call back, or they don't respond, or they don't, or their, tone of voice, or whatever it is. And you and I talked about this a little bit, and you said, why do you think that? And I said, I just think that deep down, they can pretend that they're all happy and whatever, but they're really not happy with themselves.
well, there's a great study, and I want you to look, it was in the New York Times, there's a whole section about what happiness, how it's so far different than success. Totally two different things. Happiness can be, you can go to a poor neighborhood and see happy adults and happy children, content. Success means, in the world, AARP says success would be $5 million in the bank by the time you're 65. They say to have a life where you don't have medical, you don't have a lot of, where you can pay for everything without worrying,
Right,
it's $5 million. Well, not that many people have $5 million.
right,
70% don't have anything close to that by the time they're of age.
Right.
But they're happy. They're not freaking out. But the article was about how the more you get, it's like a disease. The more you want, the more you get. It's never quite enough
Right.
when you're into only winning and losing by economy. I'd like to I would always like to have more money. I understand it. But I know now, I go to country clubs, see a lot of drunk people, where if money meant happiness, they wouldn't be falling over the chairs at
Right.
9:30 at night.
right.
And you can see it everywhere. It doesn't mean poor people don't either. I stumbled last night. I stumbled out of the birdcage.
Right.
I stumbled. But you know what I mean? It's like our values. I think a lot of our values need to be, like we self-examine emotionally and physically, to do that as a
Well,
group.
here's my thought. I believe that anybody who truly, and I don't mean this just, sort of shallow, but truly loves themselves and truly cares about themselves and understands what their gifts and what they bring to the world can never really be mean to anybody else. I really believe
Totally
that.
agree.
Or you might think something like, okay, they're not nice, I really feel like telling them so. But it just doesn't really happen. Like, I could get like that because I can get my Boston can come out of me and I want to just tell everybody what them and their mother should do. But I don't, because then I go, oh, I actually don't even get there anymore. Like, I'm like, all right, whatever. You get to the point where it's like, okay.
The experience, I grew up in North Carolina,
Right.
which wasn't really a hotbed of intellectual curiosities. It was a great place to be, sweet.
Right.
And being a minority, a Jewish kid, among very few other Jews, he got
Right.
beat up sometime. And that's how I learned how to wrestle. Did you know that?
Yeah, well, I didn't know
I got
how.
picked on so much, and I learned how to wrestle. My brother said, don't cry, don't run home to mommy. Stand your ground. You may get beat up still, but they won't You won't go down easy like
Right.
like Vanderbilt or Duke.
Right.
You learn how to wrestle. And I was an All-American. And you
Right.
can Google it or Twitter,
Right.
or tweet. eBay is on eBay.
Oh my God.
So I'm not keeping up with some. So I wrestled. I only lost that one match to a kid from Alabama, and she was good. This girl, I told you, the girl was great. She was a great wrestler at Alabama.
Oh my God.
She was 6'5", 250. She was a cheerleader and gained 200 pounds. Became the homecoming queen at Auburn,
That,
which
oh my,
is the sister school there. She was the War Eagle. She was. Listen to you.
That's
Did you know
hilarious.
that's a real tacky joke? I'm sure some woman's going to call me and get mad at me.
that you're,
Totally
I
politically-
know that you wrestled women.
Politically incorrect. No, the punchline. You missed the punchline.
I'm
It's
sorry.
not a great punchline.
I'm sorry. You know what? I'm trying to do a million things here. I'm 51 too, you know.
51, I told you, if you were a fish, you throw 51 back in the ocean so they can grow another 10 years.
Oh,
That's the
I
truth.
love that.
That's the truth.
that's nice. Yeah, no,
Sounds like a fish tail to me.
yeah. Well, listen.
Let me do that. You come over here. And
Well, I want to tap into your wisdom a little bit, Jerry, since I have you here. So I want to tap on, we're going to have some dating advice from Jerry Farber, but Jerry's wisdom on being good enough. So this is dating advice for second lifers and the Just Steph rules of dating. All right, so Jerry, how's your sex life?
it's not, I had sex, let me see, 2018. Hold on. Here, I brought my notes. Almost. I have an almost, which is better than nothing.
Yeah,
2015.
Yeah,
And you know what? It's fine.
there you
And I
go.
don't need any Viagra's yet.
Yeah, thank God. My goodness.
But there's another reason. It's beyond just being attracted to an attractive body of somebody. It's if they really have a face that looks like they're fully alive. Mine, I'm not, so I'm looking for more that energy. You have great energy.
Thank you.
We didn't have sex, but the first time I met Steph, she was wearing the same outfit. We were at the Ozzy Osbourne concert. She loves Ozzy Osbourne, you remember? And I said, you're really a sexy. Can I buy you a drink? She said, no, but I'll take the $8.
Yeah, there you go. I
She
know.
just wanted the cash. That's
Yeah.
why it's Boston.
Yeah, that's my Boston. It's my Sicilian, it's my grandmother, my Sicilian grandmother.
I want to say one more thing. It's insight about dating at any
Right.
age. Everybody would think, because my wives were young. I've had 3 wives, and they weren't mine. None of them were. They weren't mine. No, they were my friends' wives. You know, I get beat up if you want to lose your house. But no, the idea was this, that when you get old, and you can prepare for it when you're young, I never was, that when you're old, when I do a comedy club, I'm grateful, I'm still doing shows,
God bless America.
but how they look at you when you walk on. And I did the same thing. It's sort of the arrogance of youth.
Right.
And the time to be arrogant, if you've got to be, is and be over it by the time you're 40.
Right.
Because if we live long enough, we're all going to look like Gabby Hayes or, you know what I mean? Or
At
Newt
some
Gingrich.
point.
So, yeah, so the point is, it's all underneath. A friend of mine has a T-shirt, young woman, it says, it's all underneath, meaning it's inside.
Right.
Because the outsides are going to, you can't keep having enough surgery.
Right.
To keep looking cute and adorable.
Right.
So if there's nothing strong under that, we're toast. And I'm gone through all that. I was living vacuous and shallow and wanting to be with the cutest people who are usually the loudest and the least interesting to be with.
Right. Absolutely.
That's my take. That's what I've learned. But always loving and being nice, whether they like you or not.
Well, yeah, you have to be.
Just no matter what the reaction is, because you learn that when you're a comedy, you've got to handle rejection. I tell these young comics, God, they were a tough crowd. I said, they probably weren't. You probably just weren't funny.
Right.
You got to deal with that. Maybe
Right.
it's you and not the audience.
Right.
Because it's seldom the audience. It's almost, in my experience, always the comedian. But when you're young, it's like, boy, they're a bunch of jerks. They didn't get anything. They're all there. And that's what we do, is that we shift the blame to everybody else. Instead
Right.
of taking full responsibility. There's a lot of joy in doing that. Say, well, I'm growing.
Right.
You know, if I have a good muscle here, it's not his, it's mine. I've
Right.
earned it.
Right.
So when you get people to laugh, you've earned that.
Right.
And when it doesn't work, do you know what I mean? I mean,
Well,
Tom
yeah,
Brady.
absolutely.
Yeah, when I read Tom Brady's book and these great, really these super, you know what they say? All of them, Michael Jordan too. We're winners, we win. But we lose also, and we pay more attention to our losing than winning.
Right.
We grow more. We expect to win, and when we don't, relationship or a game, that's where they grow.
Right,
Makes total sense.
right. Because it's in that contrast that you decide, okay, this is, which way do I go now? What do I do
Yeah,
now?
what should I not do right? I
Because when
expect
you're
to
feeling
win.
good, you just stay right where you're at.
Right.
And you're good, no, but if something comes up that's, goes against the grain, goes against where you're at, then you have to figure it out.
What advice do you, I know you have a lot of girlfriends, what advice do you tell them when they're down? Some of them must get down, they get depressed, they get immobilized. What do you
It's
think?
funny that you say that, because I've been doing some workshops and talking about a lot of this stuff in my workshops. But I'll tell you what, sometimes when people are in a state, they can't hear. That's probably the hardest thing. And, maybe I was there too, but, I seem to be one of those, I like to hear somebody say to me, you might want to take a different perspective on this, or you might want to do this, or and I think and I listen and I look at that's me. I'm very self-aware and aware of my surroundings, and I make adjustments, and I always have. I've had to in order to survive. So, and I just get better and better at it. But that doesn't mean I don't have, contrast or, some things that happen sort of against my grain. But, it seems to get less, I don't know, is it my age? But it just gets less and less major. You just go, oh, well. But for like the ladies and friends, for the friends in my life, if somebody is not feeling good enough, I think sometimes just loving them is the way to be, because it's experiential. Understanding your true worth is experiential. And I can sit here and talk till I'm blue in the face and tell you how amazing you are, and that you have gifts that are only unique to you, and I'm waiting for you to use those gifts so that you better yourself in the world and me around, and all of that. But you're only going to hear that when you're ready to hear it.
Well, what I've learned, I agree with that. I agree, totally agree. Makes sense, because it makes sense.
So if somebody's willing, that's why I love to do workshops, because people will actually, they want to be better. And they'll actually pay money to come to be better. And people who do that are making an investment in themselves. And you just have to find, and my whole message is, you're listening to all these people, really, you just have to listen and hear. And you don't have to make a list, and you don't have to do resolutions, you just have to change your mind.
This, to your point, this is another one of this happiness is like, you've heard it, is like a butterfly, which when pursued is always beyond our grasp. They're hard to catch. But if you'll sit down quietly, they may light upon you. Quiet.
Right.
Underneath. Quiet.
It's in the quiet.
Because noise can chase things away. Quiet, solitude.
It's in the quiet.
And aloneness, you can really get a hold of who you are. And then things may not be as bad as they seem, but they may be better than they seem.
Absolutely. And I had this amazing experience yesterday. I was just sitting, working. I work in my bedroom, and because I love my space so much. I just love it. And I just quieted down, and I just, was just affirming what was going on in my world, and what I want, and what everything is. And I had a phone call with my web designer, and I said, look, we've got to make some changes here. And I said, and I knew, like, I almost started crying, because it came from within, because I had been quiet for a minute, to sort of tap into, and I said to him, this is what you need to put on my website. This is what you need to do. This is my title. This is what I do. And he, and I said, I'm feeling this right now, and I'm feeling very strongly. And it was just such an amazing connection to myself that I knew. You know what I mean? You just know.
I do. Mm-hmm.
So, but, I think, all of this, I found this article by Laurie Davis Edwards, and she's the founder of The Worthy One. And she wrote a whole article about how she wasn't feeling worthy, and what you can do to feel worthy. And I still think you can't really do anything. You just have to change your mind. You know, change, if you have to change the people that you surround yourself with, sometimes they're toxic. You know? Do you think?
Yes. 25 years ago, I joined a group. I became a member of the homeless shelter, 800 people. Still am a board member.
Right.
Only then, really. Having a son late was marvelous. That was great. But going to these people that have nothing, zero. Some of them don't smell good. They don't look good. But hugging them, and people say, God, you're so nice. I said, no, they're helping me to grow, to show me values, not just living better or the swimming pool, all those things, for me personally, ended up drying up. They didn't mean anything. Looking at a human or a child, that grass for 30 seconds, you could tell it meant something to them. And I think that's more of a, I'm being humble, not bragging.
No,
It's
this
meant
is,
a lot in my life.
no, absolutely, absolutely. And you know, I think what people have to understand too is they are the authors of their lives. So you can change, and this is what Laurie says in her article, change the narrative of your life. You can make changes. And when you do that, you will attract partners and dating partners and people in your world that deserve to be there. So I think that's, you know, I think if you start changing your thinking, things will start to change, and understanding your amazingness. You gotta understand your amazingness.
Oh, you're amazing. You're the best lover. And I'm serious. I'll never forget. We put on Cat Stevens, which I liked. You know, and they poured champagne all over my body. It was the most spiritual thing I've ever had, other than Woodstock. So,
All right, so listen, take a risk, be vulnerable, share your heart, and love always. We're gonna have a station ID here. There we go.
you're great.
Oh my goodness.
Do you have a lot of counselors on? Because you do that great.
What, honey?
Counselors. Do you have counselors come on? Counselors.
Yeah.
Mental.
Yeah, like.
Programs are not necessarily those of these broadcast group, this station and staff, other advertisers, or agencies.
Okay, we're gonna take a short break, and when we come back, birthday wishes for Jerry, and we're gonna get more wisdom from him. This one is for the birthday peeps: Hannah Behrens, Trisha Doty, Claudia Meyer, and Karen Cosgrove. Happy birthday, people. Love ya. Oh, and this is for Barb. Can I talk? Can I say something? This one's for Barbie Bishop. She wanted this song. Gap in. All right, so let's see who's here. Okay. All right, so why is this not working? Let's do this. All right, people. I'm gonna go live again. When I got a phone call, every time I go get a phone call, it goes blank. Okay. Right, so all right, so we have I can't see. Oh, here we go. Oh, my friend Rusty says happy birthday, Jerry.
Who is it?
My friend Rusty.
Oh, your boyfriend?
No, he's not my boyfriend. Oh,
When do we get to eat the cake? Or
my,
are we gonna?
oh, we can eat it. My friend Paula Leva says happy birthday, Jerry. Jerry is an ex-collegiate wrestler for North Carolina. That's my friend Paul. Hey, Bill Pope says he had someone break up with him via email. Hi, Michelle. Thank you. Hi, Mary O'Neill. John Seifert, hi. Okay, we're doing good. Yay.
Are we?
Yes.
You're doing great.
Oh my gosh, yes, it's so fun. I'm excited. I'm so glad you're here. I love having you here. You know why? And I thought about what you said when you said to me about the TED Talk. And I said,
Who your head is at, though?
well, yeah, that's what it is. And you know what? But it's very hard for me to have shallow conversations. Like, I can have fun, don't get me wrong.
I get it, I do.
And I love it, and we can talk about girl stuff and go to lunch and blah, 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 blah. But it's very difficult for the long term for me to be in have shallow conversations. It's boring. I don't want to talk about anybody. I don't want to talk about anybody's baloney. I don't care. I mean, I can, and I'm very real. And I'm like, oh, hey, they're not nice sometimes, but whatever. So, I can be very real, but I just get bored. I'm bored. I really just I love conversation, like good
Well,
stuff.
some people have energy and they want to involve, and then others are more like, I'm becoming Buddhist, I'm becoming Buddhistic. I love quiet, because the show I have to do has got to be noisy.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't really talk like people are waiting, well, what's that? It's got to be a punchline, it's got to be something. And I've done that so long.
The funny thing is I'm an extrovert, but I'm finding I need that introverted time. I need,
We all do.
and I need it. I actually like it. I like to think and mull things over. I actually would prefer to talk them over with somebody who can handle it, but most people can't.
No.
I can't.
Do you go to movies?
I do. I haven't been in a minute.
I went to see Lady Bird, and I was crying all
was
the
it
time.
good?
Beautiful. Got young people in fracture and chaos. And I was sad. It was sad.
Right.
And then the people were laughing. Some of these guys, it's a total opposite thing. And you know what? I determined they're laughing because it was too real. Right? It's too real to watch, too emotional. And I wanted to hit them, and then I thought, no, they're just not feeling. They got to come into. It's a very dramatic movie.
Up. Here we go.
I got one more thing I want to tell you. What's important.
A happy
Who was that?
birthday.
Is that Louis Armstrong?
Yeah. All right. Birthday. Hey, Jerry. Dreams come true.
I love that. Good for you guys.
You know what? I picked, I grew up with my, the kids today don't hang out with their parents so much. Like, I grew up, if you watch the comedian Sebastian Maniscalco, he has that skit about people coming to the house, and, nowadays people hide who'd you invite here. Back in the day, you're like, oh my God, come in. And we used to sit around, and talk with my parents and their friends, and so I learned that sense of humor, and I also listened to their music. So I actually really, and I think I'm an old soul too, and I just really love the older music. I love the 50s music. I love it. I love the music. I love the doo-wop.
Pretty sweet in its simplicity.
So, yeah, and you know what, I don't like, if I'm in the gym and they're playing, negative, hit, like rap and stuff, that it's mean, I actually feel the energy of the artist, and it makes me mad. And I go, you have to turn this off. I'm here to relax, and so so I like the songs, like, what happened to the songs that, like, oh, my baby left me and now she's back, like, you know what I mean, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that stuff, so that's why I picked a lot of the older music.
Do you remember one of the great intellectual songs of all time? Shaboom,
Shaboom.
Yeah.
La 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 la, shaboom, shaboom. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Or another one.
Life
Alley-oop, oop.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love all that music. And I know it all. I love all that stuff.
Mickey and Sylvie. You remember
Oh!
Mickey?
Yep.
Feel so good now that you're on my mind. And then the girl, get up, they were in the 50s. Yeah, I watch them on YouTube.
I
They're on
love it.
YouTube. They were
Yeah.
from the 50s. Feel so good.
I love it.
So
I love
want
it.
to
Thank God you're a comedian.
I got
Just
one
saying.
story. I love it. This is real.
Okay, tell me.
So I was invited to hear one of Atlanta's billionaires, a builder, owns a big company, like Home Depot, let's say.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I know what
So
you're talking
one
about.
of the partners,
Yeah.
older guys in days, he made a speech in front of young business people, men and women. And he says, you all know who I am? And they went, oh, God, we love your that. He said, and you're young, about 30 people, that's all, in a little room at a hotel. He said, I could write a check today for, I think my banker told me maybe $5 billion, and it would clear the bank. He said, but how old are you? And the guy said, I'm 28. He said, how old are you? I'm 33. He said, you won't believe this, but believe it, trust me. I'd give all the money. I'd have zero if I could be 33 again. Because what I have will not buy me another decade
Right.
of health. I may not live another year. I'm 85.
Right.
So just enjoy that, not your gonna Tesla you want or your beach house.
Right.
Because they weigh you down. Wake up every day, take care, and be young.
Right.
Young, he was saying, young is the gift.
There it is.
And we didn't know it because we worked so hard, and now I'm an old man and I got a lot of money, but I don't have much time, and my body's starting. And it was a whole philosophy there, because if we could teach young, my mother would say, the problem is young don't get it. They're
Right.
too young to understand, because they want, I want this, and I want that, I want that, I want this. He was saying, almost like nature, go
Just
take
be.
a walk.
Just
You know,
be.
Go to Piedmont Park, walk around,
Right.
do something. You're young, you can jog, you can run, and you got decades upon decades to
Right.
get it all together.
Right, but maybe that is getting it. That is having it together is when you can be happy where you're at right now. I mean, that's that.
Yeah,
If you can
exactly,
do
yeah.
that, I mean, it's taken me 51 years to finally get to that place. But I think you were talking about success, and really everybody measures success differently. But there's a connotation that success is like that. The job that you want and love, and that you're making tons of money and all that. I think success is measured by right relationships. How many right relationships do you have in your world that are fulfilling, that are bringing value to you and you bring value to them? How many? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be a lot, but I'm saying, do you have any? Because there's a lot of people that don't have right relationships. They don't know how.
Right, even amidst all the money, like, I'd love to have, I'd love to have made a lot more money. But I would have enjoyed it now more, and the people I know the most are giving money away, they're taking care of children. And they're not buying another big house, they're all shrinking.
Right, you want less, I want to have less and do
Want
more.
less and do something.
Right,
And Bill Gates, I think, is a big example, because he's planning to give 95% of those billions while he's alive.
Right.
He's already done a lot of it.
Right.
Warren Buffett's the same, because he said, we have it, we're beyond showing off. We don't need to show off
right.
anymore.
Who cares how many
We
cars
made
you
it.
need,
We
right?
can't take it wherever we're going. We're gonna help.
Right. And you get to that point. It's funny, I saw Rod Stewart in Vegas a few years back, and you could, this is a guy that has he's, up there in age,
Yeah.
and he's got young kids.
Right.
And, and one of his kids was playing drums for him because he's got, he's got older
Mhm.
kids and,
Right.
whatever. But you could tell he was so comfortable in his own skin and where he was at. He was enjoying his band members and giving them each look at her, isn't she amazing? The background singer and, and whatever. And he was just having so much fun, and he was having a blast. And what he did was he signed these soccer balls and kicked them out into the audience so that everybody could have a soccer ball. And he released balloons and said, "Happy birthday, Maggie May." And he just was like, okay, everybody get up. And he was just where he was at because he felt he was so good with where he was at. He put his whole family, he put on the big screen, he invited us into his world. Mm-hmm. And showed us his life, and he's like, yeah, I have another baby, or whatever, whatever. And it was like, but it was like you felt like he was your friend.
Very humane.
Yes.
Human, right? Very human.
Yeah, and you could almost touch him, is where he was at, and I love
Correct.
that.
Did you see his daughter perform?
I have not.
Oh, she was incredible. That was awesome to me because I saw him. That was the closest I'd ever been. I was 5 rows back.
Right.
He was kicking soccer balls up into the top of the arena.
Right.
And his daughter came in. Let me introduce you to my daughter. And she came out and just slayed him. So she's
Wow.
got talent too.
Nice. I love that.
Where?
Where
Where
did
was
you-
that?
That was down at Phillips Arena.
Was? Wow.
I saw him in Vegas a couple of years ago. I love Vegas. So,
I bet you that.
I
Vegas
do.
loves you.
But I like it, and then it's time to go home. You know what I mean? I like it for a few days, and, it's even like LA. Like, I love to go to LA and Beverly Hills and sort of play the part and go to the Beverly Hills Hotel and have coffee and whatever and do my thing. And got a Rodeo Drive, and then go, okay, I gotta get out of here, because everybody looks exactly alike. And, you know, all their faces are exactly the same and pulled back at the same angle. It's just
No, it's
done.
South Florida. It looks like Stephen King's Shining down there. It looks like the faces, it's like
It's like,
Halloween.
mommy,
So
my
Halloween.
braids are too tight. You know, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Me
Oh my
too.
God, it's crazy.
So I told my kid for my 80th, on my bucket list was to get a tattoo. This was last week. No, I want to get a tattoo. So I asked my son, what do you think I should do? He said, just get one that's got your name, address, and phone number. You know, so we can always know where you are.
Yeah, there you
I said,
go.
what do you, he said, Dad, you forget something.
Yeah, I know. Well, listen, I have some birthday wishes for you. Okay, so this, I put it out there, and John Bryan, happy birthday. Gary Lawson, happy birthday. Linda Winkler Rosenberg, happy birthday, Jerry.
Wow,
And
how nice.
Billy Allen, he says, Jerome is my all-time favorite ever.
He is. Same back at you. Can they hear me?
Well, no, this is
It's
just,
okay,
I'm
I
just
got
reading
you.
off this, but it'll be on, you know what, you can say it, and we'll play the rerun, and they can listen to the show if they're not listening now.
Billy loves you a lot, by the way.
Yeah, I love him.
And he gets you.
Yeah, well, yeah,
You're
because you know
above
what, because he's like a city guy for me. Like you know what I mean. It's very easy.
Yeah.
It's easy for me, and I can always be real with him, and I say crazy stuff, and he laughs. He gets my humor. You know, I can't say what I say this on air, but you know, I say
You know,
stupid
he
stuff.
bartended at my club in Buckhead
Fun.
for years, for 6 years. And he brought all these young people that my partner thought they were coming to see me. And the partner said, how do you know all these youngsters? I said, they like me. They were
Yeah.
old Billy's.
Yeah, they were.
Workout crowd.
Yeah, there you go. Well, so Hal from Hal's, the Hal, says happy birthday, Jerry, and he was sorry he couldn't call in because he's on a plane. Now the Laughing Skull Lounge says, happy birthday, Jerry, from your friends at the Laughing Skull. And
That's
they were
good.
excited.
Really?
Yes.
No, you made it up.
I didn't. I can show you the messages.
I believe you. That's very sweet.
My friend April Nagel says, I remember him well from The Lark and the Dove many years
For
ago.
God's sake.
And Douglas Cameron says, happy birthday, I love him.
Oh, I love Doug. That's
So,
great.
yeah,
Thank him.
and so
If
plus
I don't
everybody
get to
here.
you, tell him that's
Yeah.
very sweet.
So I just, you know, I actually reached out to Steak Shapiro, but I think he lost his phone.
Tell Steak, I'll
Sorry,
meet him at
Steak.
the gym.
Yeah,
Or the
whatever.
wrestling match.
Whatever, Steak. You know what, I can be real with Steak, it's all right. But yeah, I did, I messaged him and I didn't hear. But I think he lost his, somebody told me he lost his phone. We'll just leave it at that.
One more thing that's happening.
Tell
It's
me.
either one of the, I hear this from other old people, is that you become either more forgiving, realize, do I really want to have my last breath hating somebody?
Right.
You know, I'll make allowance for the Nazis, but I don't want them to be in my mind at the end.
No.
Or
No.
you go with grudges, right? And it helps let the load go, because small things, they become small things.
Right.
If nothing. Because then you understand that person had a reason to react. You know, I mean, letting go. It's
Right.
like you start to, I'm getting rid of things that I had in the house for 40 years.
Right.
And giving some
Anything of
things
value?
away. Yeah, but my ex-wife wanted the things of value.
Oh.
Really, she wanted my magazines. That's about the most expensive thing. I have 3 penthouses and 8 Newsweek. So, but you know, it's good. I'm letting go of old angers,
Right.
like getting rid of skin cancer. It's like, what was I mad about? And part of it's just getting old, realize time is short.
Right.
And I don't want to carry, I'm working at getting rid of animosity.
Well, you can be as mad as you want. The other person doesn't even know, and it doesn't even
No,
make
it's
a
about
difference.
me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I call them and say, you know, I was such an idiot. Or they would say, God, I'm glad you called. I meant to call you.
No kidding,
You know,
right?
all those things.
I know. But here's my thought on forgiveness is if you even have to say the words, I have to forgive somebody, it still has power over you. You know, and
Yes,
and
it
so
does. Mhm.
because even with like in my marriage and stuff and coming out of the marriage and you know and going through the the divorce and it was ugly and it was very hard. I actually don't even care enough to be mad. I'm so happy where I'm at now. Like last night, I swear, my two of my kids, my older son came and picked up my little guy, and they were going to some high school basketball championship, and I gave them money for food. And I literally skipped down the stairs with my yoga mat and said, you know what, I'm going to yoga. This is the best life ever.
Yeah,
You know,
there you
because
go.
I just thought, this is, what's better than that? Like, I'm going to hot yoga. Like, I don't have any, I'm going, like, this is amazing. This is like,
The moment.
it was so good, like, I almost started crying, like, tears almost came out of my eyes, because I was like, this is the best life. How much better does this get? My kids are great, they came, they had food, and then they went off to the basketball game, and I was able to skip off and go to yoga and not worry about anything. Even the dog was all set, you know? And then my girlfriend texted me and said, come over, you're in Bucket. I said, okay, I don't have it, I can. Yay! So I was like, you know, I mean, that to me is like, is that like, that? There's no money involved in that. And I was so happy, like, this is just amazing. I wasn't spending $300 at, you know, for dinner somewhere, and I love it, you know, I love all the places to go to eat. But it was just me, doing my thing.
You're beautiful.
Thank you. I'm just, you know, I think that I want people so badly to get it, you know, because I think that they're wasting time. They're wasting the time not loving, not being loved, I'm going to cry, and not truly enjoying their lives and truly enjoying what it means. And I'm not saying that hardships don't happen. They do. But I think they happen less when your mind frame is in a different place.
Yeah, and it's always work. It's always work involved. I mean, I look at people who, you know, I moved half the week I'm in Columbus, Georgia.
I know.
And loving it. It's a great city, Columbus. It's got all the energy that I need. Every great restaurant, all downtown. It's not like, it's not 18 neighborhoods.
Right.
It's Columbus.
Right.
You could go anywhere in 10 or 15 minutes. But the downtown is where I live in a loft. And I play the piano at this really great restaurant, based on houses.
Right.
Really nice.
Oh, I love that.
And the guy that owns it is a friend for 30 years, and he brought me down.
Right.
He said, how you doing? I said, you know, I'm overwhelmed. I've never been old and before, and it's hard. Things are still complicated. He said, I got an idea. You've always liked my city. I've worked for him 100 times. He owns the
Right.
comedy room there, too.
Right.
Move here. And I said, where will I live? He said, I've got a lot of properties. You live downtown in a loft. We'd love to have you. You'll be of use.
Right.
And you can still take jobs when you get them.
Right.
We won't be married to the
Right.
piano it's called My Bellows. It's a great restaurant. And so a lot of friends of mine are coming down on weekends. So I'm stay with me. I can sleep 8 people.
Ooh.
And they love it. You know why? It's got a corporate, got Aflac, it's got the economy. It's where Coca-Cola started.
Right.
Not here. So there's a lot of old economy. Columbia University, Columbus. So it's great. You know, it's scaling down the energy because there's no traffic.
Right.
I just cannot. Traffic in the city is
It's a lot of
clogged to
people.
me. You know, God, I'm 80. I don't want to have to spend an hour. I don't have hours to spend.
Right.
No, I really don't.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that when I'm sitting in traffic. You know, I
Right.
don't really have time left to.
Yeah.
So sometimes you'll come down. You'll get a girlfriend or your boyfriend, you come down and visit. It's surprisingly lovely. And the Chattahoochee runs through it.
Nice. You're making me want to go visit.
No, you'll see. People.
I would like to come down there for a weekend. Maybe I'll take my
There's a
mom.
built-in skepticism. Like, Columbus? Really? I said, yeah, Columbus.
Maybe
really.
I'll take my mom and come for a weekend, and we'll come and
Is
have...
she a walk? Can she walk?
Yes, of course.
See, nobody's, it's a walking city.
Yeah,
It's
of
a
course.
walking, biking. A lot of people have golf carts. You know, because most of the homes are downtown.
Right.
Downtown.
You probably don't remember, you met my mom at my birthday party, and my aunt.
I loved it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved them at
Yeah,
Billy, at
yeah.
Billy's.
Yes. So, yeah,
They were great.
that
I was
was...
flirting with them. They said, "You're kidding? You're so old."
Oh, my God. Well, my mother's going to be 75
I
this
know,
year.
Great looking.
Yes.
Your aunt.
Yeah, my aunt is 70. She's going to be 71 this year. Yeah, they're both in Florida. Oh, wait, this is a funny story. Listen to this. Talk about getting old. My aunt calls me this one, and I was worried because I thought something happened to my mother. And because she's with my mom, and she says, Stephanie! That's how they talk in Boston. Stephanie! And everything's like a fright. I go, yeah, Auntie, all right, everything all right? She says, yeah, I want to talk to Maddie, my son. And I said, well, he's in school, Auntie. She goes, well, I just want to wish him a happy birthday. And I said, Auntie, his birthday is July 22nd. She goes, well, whose birthday is March 24th? I go, I don't know, but today's March 1st. And I was like, oh my God, Auntie. I was like, she goes, oh, I think I've been around older people too long.
Your aunt said I was flirting, you know, doing something, flirting. And she said, how old are you? I said, I'm approaching 78. She said, from what direction?
Yeah. Oh, that was a fun night, though. My birthday party was so
Oh, that
fun.
was a great
Oh,
night.
I loved it. I was so happy you were there. That was amazing. I had a good time. So we have your birthday parties coming up. So that's exciting. You have one Saturday night. We're going to talk about it more. We'll talk about it in Living in
Okay.
Atlanta. Let's. I want to differentiate from all the other events on Living Atlanta. So you having a party this weekend at the Red
The
Light
Red Light's
Cafe.
doing one, it was a jazz band that I like. So
I'm
they're-
coming.
And they bring a lot of friends.
I'll be there.
I hope so.
I
And
will
then
be there.
Wednesday's Punchline.
Right.
And March the 8th, the next night, is in Columbus at the Loft, which is the comedy room. We've got 200 people coming already.
Fun.
It's comedy night, so they've been doing comedy 25 years, so some of them
Right.
won't know that it's an 80th birthday for Sheriff
Right.
Farber, but a lot of them are friends that come in.
How nice. But, okay, so let's talk about details for this Saturday night at Red Light Cafe. It's, do you need to get tickets ahead of time?
No,
I think you do.
No, you don't.
No?
You really don't. It's not going they seat 120 people.
Okay.
I think they have 70-something reservations now.
Okay, good.
No, that won't.
Can I go with you?
Yeah. Yeah, of course you can.
Oh, good. Yay! I love that.
Can you sit in a Pinto? I got 74 pounds. We've only got 20 more payments. No, 25 more payments. 38 more payments. So,
Oh, my God.
it's fun. You've been there, the Red Light.
I haven't been there, so I'll be...
I thought you came one night.
No, I know. I haven't been to the Red Light. I've been...
You gotta say hello. You know what? It's gonna be a crowd of, the band are all professors at Emory. the
Oh,
jazz band.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
great.
And so the crowd, you may get people that wanna hear you.
Oh,
you
good.
know. You know
I'll
what I
get
mean?
up and
It's
say
gonna be-
hi. Absolutely. You know me, I never met a mic I didn't like.
I know.
So I love that.
I know.
So yeah, I'm excited. I'm actually taking my kids out a little earlier. They want to go to the Iberian Pig over in Decatur. So we're going to do that at 5. So I said, wait, I've got to go somewhere. So I said, we're going to go there at 5. And then...
You gotta
then-
take them home back to.
well, I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. I might just Uber from Red Light Cafe and let the kids take, their little brother home. So yeah, I'm going to do that. But then on Wednesday is going to be a big deal because... We're going to be at the Punchline. That's
Right. You're gonna
is that
say
at
hello
7?
then. That starts at 8.
8. Okay. So we're going to be there. Charlene's going to be with me from
Right.
LA.
Right.
My girlfriend who's a comedian
Is
as
she
well.
gonna say hello?
Yeah. Yes. If you would let her, she
Yeah,
absolutely
of
will.
course.
She'll love it. She's another one that loves the stage. So yeah. But it's going to be a great time. So those are $20. Those tickets for your birthday. For the Punchline is $20.
So. If they go online, I think they're $15. Which
Oh,
may end up,
okay.
I think, you know what, there's 2 different ads on it, and the 2 different ads.
Okay,
But
Punchline.
if they
Let's
go
get
to
it
Punchline,
together.
I'm sure that ad said $15.
Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't want to give the wrong information.
And
but
if it's not, they call the Punchline and say, we saw an ad 15, and I'm sure Jamie and Marcy would say, yeah, then
Right,
that's fine.
right. So, all right, so perfect. So that's Wednesday, but...
And free parking, really easy. They have
Oh,
the
it's
free-
easy.
The best parking.
The Punchline is very easy over there at the Landmark
Mm-hmm.
Diner. So, and there's food and drinks and a full bar, so there's, it's lots of stuff over there. So, it's easy. And it's across the street from Hal's.
Yeah. I don't know what's up with Hal. Is Hal going or coming when he said he was flying?
I don't know. He said he was going to be on a plane. I didn't know. I said, safe travels. I said, thank you and see you soon.
If he's
So-
on a plane, I hope he's flying, maybe.
Yeah, really.
I hope so.
That's it. Maybe he's flapping his wings. I
Does
don't
he
know.
love you too, Hal?
I don't know. I don't really, I haven't had that much contact like this, like where we're friends and we
Mm-hmm.
talk. I love him. When I had him on my show, like almost a little over a year ago, well, first of all, I've had a lot of people on my show, and he was the only one I was very nervous about. I was very nervous about having Hal on my show because I just love Hal so much. It's just my favorite place. I love it. He's so nice.
Yes, he is. Yeah,
And he said something that no other restaurateur has said, and I've had restaurateurs and chefs here. What he said was, usually they'll say, oh, they're guests, and they treat their guests like guests, and whatever, and whatever the guest wants. Hal didn't say that. His words were, this is your bar. This is your dining room.
That's great. Well, that's why he's so solid.
And you know what? I said that there it is. It's a family. You feel like it's a family. If you go there enough, It's a family.
Yeah, it
I
is.
haven't been in a while because, you know, I've been running around like a crazy lady, but, you know, I think I need to go. Maybe Wednesday we'll go, before your party.
You know what, I have a former girlfriend flying in from Dallas and my niece from New York, some friends, so they may want to go there.
Oh!
And they may just want either where we're staying, go back quiet or get noisier, because we gotta get up early to go to Columbus.
Okay. Well, it'll be fun.
Yeah, it will be.
All right, so we're gonna
That's a good idea.
take a break, and when we come back, Living Atlanta. This one is for Justin White, Tony Scali, Terry Napute. Thanks for liking my Just Steph page. And this song is for Jill Bullard. She wanted to hear this one, Call Me Out. All right, let's see what we're doing here. All right, let's say hi to people. Let's see. Hi, Michael DeRosa. Hi, Scott. Hi, Susan. Hi, Jill. All right. Hi, girls. How are you doing on Instagram? Oh, so, all right. Well, I was going to ask you, actually, if you wanted to go to dinner before your thing on
No, we can go,
Wednesday.
that may be a nice touch.
Because I can call there and get us, see if we can get a seat.
It's just gonna be, you know, it would be a crowd,
Oh,
which can be hard to really talk. It's more, you know what I mean? But maybe by the time we'd be through, it wouldn't be that busy there. You know what I mean?
oh, like later, go after.
Oh, you're thinking of before?
Yeah, but that's okay.
That's possible too. Depends with the airport. I gotta
Right.
go twice to the airport.
Mm.
So they both wanna take, they're willing to take what's it called, the MARTA?
Right.
It makes sense to take the MARTA. Do you know that? Do you go to pick up people?
I do go to the airport. My son likes to take the MARTA. He lives by Lindbergh. I'm not. I go to the. I will go to the airport. Yeah.
I've always picked people up. It's from the airport. You know what? Including my ex-wife, they said, Jerry, it's more complicated. Don't pick us up. We go right on the thing, and you can pick us up at the station.
Right.
It does make more sense.
Right.
You know,
Right.
because they want to do it. The New Yorkers never want to be picked up.
Right.
They may be late and you're
Right.
stuck and everything. We get right on it because it's right there.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean,
And
I'm just.
no, it's sweet to pick people up. But you know what I mean. It takes longer.
Well, it depends. Like if I'm picking my boyfriend up at the airport,
Mm-hmm.
I want to pick him
That's
up.
different. Yeah.
I
Where
want
did
to drop
you
him
live?
off. Boston.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
You look so great. You look very happy.
Thank you. I am happy, but it's all me. It's nothing anybody. Nobody else can do it for you.
Well, you know what you do? You give off that, so people around you will get some of the residue of, God, she's a lovely human to be around.
I hope so. And you know, I feel like that's, if people feel loved after they've been around me, then I've done my job.
And you know what happens too? Like George Carlin got bitter. You know, Rod Stewart, he says, got happy.
Yeah.
He got bitter because he didn't like aging. But George Burns and Jack Benny lived to be 100, and
Right.
they got lovelier and lovelier.
Right.
They got more aware it will happen, but
Yeah.
right now I'm here talking to you, right? I will
Right.
be gone, but not now.
Oh no.
But Carlin, I don't know if you remember, he was bitter. He got
Yeah.
bitter at
Yeah.
the end. And I hated it because I loved the guy. I still do love the guy. You know, and he may have been getting sick. I don't know. He may have had an illness too. But
Right.
I know he did a special and it was not fun to watch.
Right.
I've got a tribute band I want to tell you about. An old guy. It's called Grateful to Not Be Dead Yet Band. And then I'm working on a duo. It's called The Rolling Kidney Stones.
Oh my God.
And then I'm doing a Mick Jagger sound alike. It's called Can't Get No Metamucil.
We got 1 minute. We're going back. So we're gonna just do Living Atlanta, and then
Right.
and that's where to go this weekend. It's a good song, huh? I forgot about this song. Somebody
You're a musician. You're a musician?
Yeah, he is. He sings.
In a band?
Yes. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're back. All right, kids. You wanted to know where to go this weekend, and you've been waiting for Living Atlanta. Okay, all right, so before we get into what's going on, remember, drink responsibly, drive responsibly, call designated driver, call Uber, call Lyft, call a cab, call a friend. Leave your car at the valet, for goodness sake, and get it the next day. Please do not drink and drive, it's really not smart. So, Jerry, where are you going to be this weekend?
This weekend I'm at Red Light,
You're at Red Light on Saturday.
Saturday night.
And then anywhere else? You doing
Friday
anything?
I'm dog sitting.
Oh, your dog's
And I'll watch
You getting paid for that?
Exciting.
Did you get paid for that?
Friend's dog. 2 black labs. And then I'm gonna watch the Roosevelts, that's what I'll do.
There
And
you
I'll
go.
smoke a glass of wine, you know.
Oh my God.
That's fine, you know what I mean? No, I mean, drink a glass of wine.
Yeah. All right, well, my plan is, I actually just got invited to Cafe 290 tonight. Yeah, I think Douglas must be there tonight, so Douglas Cameron, so,
Tell John I said hey.
Okay.
John and Doug, I love the great guys.
so I may go by there. I gotta make sure everybody's settled at home. But, Saturday, I'm gonna go to the Iberian Pig on Saturday with my kids, for dinner, and then I'm heading to the Red Light Cafe to see my friend, Jerry. And then Sunday, my kids, I wanted to take my kids to brunch, and they wanna go to Topgolf. So we're gonna go to Topgolf and have brunch. So my son's coming in from Mississippi State, and then my other son, and so 3 out of the 4 kids will be here. So,
It's great.
yeah.
And that Top Golf is quite a spot too.
Yeah, they love it. So I have a couple announcements. The Punch Bowl Social is it's going to be opening March 24th at the Battery, and it has bowling, karaoke, and a Hugh Akeson menu. So it's like a big entertainment complex in the Battery. So
Where is it? Tell me.
the Battery is with the SunTrust Park, the new
Okay. Oh, that's right.
baseball. Yeah, so that's opening March 24th, and then Chef Ian Winslade reveals what's cooking at his new Buckhead restaurant. It's called Mission and Market, and it's opening sometime in March. So that's another restaurant that's opening up. Deb Bowman, she's going to be playing Ursula at Serenbe, March 18th through April 22nd. And you can get your tickets. You can go to debbowman.com. She is also on Friday. I went last Friday. I went to Bread and Butterfly, where she's singing in Inman Park, and it was lovely, and the food was really great. And then a little later on, we went over to Jimmy's Tequila up on Peachtree Industrial. I saw Johnny Esposito there, and Electric Ave was playing, and they were great. And then what did I do Saturday? I'm trying to think. Oh, I took my son. I went to Wisteria last Saturday, a restaurant in Inman Park. The food was. And then I worked LA Sunday, so that was great. So I've been trying to try some new places and sort of get out of Buckhead because there's so many great places to go.
I go every Tuesday with friends for years to Tom Catherine's place.
Right.
I've asked you about it.
I want to go.
The name doesn't do it. It's called Taco Cowboy.
My friends told me it was amazing. The food is
It's amazing, and the people are amazing. I mean, you're really talking about being family, because, he's a pro, went through a bad spell.
Right.
But it had nothing to do with food, it was marriage and all that stuff. But you walk in there, and you're enveloped with he's got great personnel. I was always a part of his 13 restaurants.
Right. I want to go with you sometime. When you come up on a Tuesday, let me know. So.
Can I bring him?
Yeah, Sky can go. Yeah, absolutely. Johnny Perazzo, he's
playing this Saturday somewhere, isn't he?
yeah, I don't know. I ask him every week. I text him all the time, and he doesn't.
He's doing a private wedding for Johnny Esposito somewhere.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Well, he was at Hal's for a minute one night, which was great. So I just. I haven't seen him, so maybe we'll see him. He'll be around for the birthday party.
He's going to be at the Punchline.
Oh, thank God! I haven't seen him in so long.
Yeah,
I want to see him. I love him. He's awesome. I love him. He's such a great guy.
Yes, he is.
So every weekday from 5 to 7, Holman and Finch has $1 oysters. So you have a whole selection. So
And where is it one more time?
Holman and Finch, and I don't know exactly where it is. Where is it?
I don't know, I'm not sure, I've heard
Somewhere
of it a lot,
bucket
but-
somewhere, I don't know. But anyway, I just wanna let everybody know, if you wanna go, it's like, they have a little happy hour and they have dollar oysters. So, and now there's music every night at Dixie Tavern, City Winery. Venkman's is, Tuesdays at Venkman's is, Joe Granson Jazz Jam.
Right, mhm.
That's at Venkman's, and Spitzel Bar, 37 Main, Mad Life Stage and Studio, so there's always music there. So at Mad Life this weekend, on Friday at 7:30, it's Rumors, a Fleetwood Mac tribute band, and that's in Woodstock. Mad Life Stage and Studios in Woodstock, so if you're OTP, and you wanna go OTP, you can go there. It's Industry Night tonight at Star Bar from 8 to 1 a.m. And they always have bands going on and all of that,
They have
so.
good comedy too, by the way.
Oh,
On Monday.
really?
Yeah, great.
Monday
comedy.
night?
Monday night.
Okay, good to know.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody's looking, because so there's more comedy than, in this city that
It's said,
sometimes we
I've
just don't
done it
really know.
twice, that they have the best comics there. The national guys always go
Oh, really? Because,
to listen to the, locals.
so the
The
big,
stars, after the
stars-
concert, we'll go to the Star Bar.
oh, in other words, so that's like where that's their industry spot to hear comedians.
For the most part, yeah. And they'll go to, Laughing Skull too.
Right, oh, fun.
Because
Yeah,
it's a
because
funky place.
I was at Punchline a couple of weeks ago with Charlene, and George Wallace just dropped in.
Yeah, you told me.
And then he, he did a little number. So, he was funny. He was
Oh,
funny,
yeah, George
yeah.
Wallace has
He was funny.
been funny a long time.
Yeah, there were a few other comedians I didn't think they were so funny.
Is this a minute I can promote to Netflix?
Absolutely.
This week, I watched the Barbara Streisand show because she's still got the chops. She's 74 years old, and she did 2.5 hours with a great orchestra and really funky. Her songs were real high, and some of her humor was still Brooklyn,
Right.
and real funky.
Right,
And the one I liked the most was last night, the Nina Simone story.
right.
It was a documentary, and she's incredible.
And you could just find them on Netflix.
Netflix. One's called Simone, and the other one's called Barbara.
My kids love Netflix. They love it. My kid.
I do too.
I mean, I like it. I don't really watch TV. That's my problem. I don't watch any TV.
Good.
At all. Like, I'll watch, like, Law and Order. Like, if I feel like vegging out.
I watched ESPN, that sports?
Yeah.
So late last night, I actually saw 2 white men box. After 3 a.m., they let white people do sports. No, it's early, they gotta have energy the early part of the night. But at 2 a.m., they showed 2 white guys that looked like Jerry Lewis doing stuff. But they were, I watched the fight.
I love
love that
boxing.
line.
I love boxing.
I love doing that line, and half a crowd will like it, and the other half will.
That, you
You
know
know
what? That's funny. Well, I'll be in the gym, and they'll be like, they're trying to get you to jump, and I'm like, white girls can't jump. Like, really? You're expecting me to jump as high as this table? I mean, they're nuts.
You know what? I've lived through this. I was a young man when Kentucky coach, who was a great coach, Adolph Rupp, and a bit of a racist, and he said, as long as I'm coaching, we just don't need black players. We're winning with white guys, which they did until they played a team in Texas that was all black and lost the national championship. And that was the beginning of point is, we can always grow. You understand? It was a great coach, that's the way it was. And then he played a team in a national championship, Texas Western. It's all black. The black team beat them.
Good.
Same thing with football. No, I like stories like that because
Yeah.
everything's
Well, it's a
possible.
lesson.
The point is anything good, and to me it was great.
Right.
How we integrated like humans,
Right.
accepting humans.
Right.
It was great.
I love that.
That's a real story.
I know, that's what life is about. I mean,
think so.
it's, growing and accepting ourselves and accepting others, so.
I'm gonna tell you both so you'll know, in case there's a funeral. And my kid said, what's the last words you wanna hear? And I want the rabbi to say, ooh, his lips are moving. That's what I want to say. So don't throw the sand at whatever, his lips are moving. Yeah, and pick me up, maybe I'm coming back. That's what I want. That's what
There you
I want.
go. He was just sleeping. He was just taking a nap.
So, I think I told you this, but I've got to tell you, it's another line my kid got. He's got a real edgy sense of humor. He loves these, like Stephen Colbert and Jon
Right.
Stewart. And he said, Dad, so, he said, you're going to die, you're old, you're this. And he said, I have a painless way for you to die. My kid said it. no blood. I talked with Mom about it. I said, what? He said, we'll come over to the house, you have a glass of wine, get in bed, turn the light, put a candle on, and watch your old videos,
Oh my God.
and you can be bored to death.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
He said that. I swear he said that. Isn't that funny? I mean, it's funny. And I love it. I said, who'd you hear that from? He said, I made that up.
That's the best. I love when
he-
your kids are like, when the kids are like
Yeah,
that.
when he's got that, he's already, and I encourage him. You know,
Yeah.
the thing, it's not ugly, it's funny, and it's a little edgy, it's funny.
Well, yeah, you know
You'll be
what?
bored to death.
I do that with my kids because I give them the little Boston attitude. You know, my son, I was parked a little bit away from his school, the front door, because there was too many cars, and I just kind of pulled aside where I could, and he texts me, and he goes, can you come around? I go, did you hurt your legs? And I go, sure, did you break your leg? He goes, no, is your car broke again?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, so
I know,
it's
I
like,
love it.
but I love that, you know, little sass, you know? And my other son will just, you know, he'll just say all the sayings that I say, like over and over, like nonstop. Like, oh,
It's great, it's
because I
great.
do, you know, I love it.
Sense of humor helps a lot, I think,
it's so
along
funny.
the way. And if you don't have one, you can develop it, like you can lift weights. I mean, you can listen
Right.
and relax.
I love it.
Not
I
just-
love it. So, okay, so I think those were a couple, what did I say was going on for Thursday night? Thursday night at the Regent, that's tonight. Open mic jam at the Velvet Note in Alpharetta at 8 p.m. Churchill Grounds Jazz Jam at Apple House in Decatur on Claremont Road. And it's Kings of Karaoke Thursday at Wild Wings in Alpharetta. If you're out there, you want to do some karaoke, that'll be a lot of fun. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, more Living Atlanta. This song goes out to my Boston birthdays. Cordula Rafalco, Marie Campanella Dorgan, and Chucky Veneziano. Happy birthday, peeps. My goodness. Oh, are we getting notes from the interns now? Oh, I forgot, that one was for Susan DiCarlo. All right, so let me see. Let's see. Hi, Terry. Hi, Trisha. Happy birthday. Hi, Katerina. Hi, Diego. Susan.
Can they hear you? So,
They can hear me. They can hear me. Yes.
They can.
Yeah. They can hear me. They can see me. They can
So
hear
they're
me.
watching on cable or whatever?
It's Facebook.
Internet.
It's Facebook.
Facebook.
Facebook and Instagram. I'm live streaming, and what
I
else?
got you. God,
Yeah,
so
so-
amazing. God,
Well,
that's
you know what?
amazing.
It's nice because people like to see the behind the scenes stuff, so we're talking and having conversations that the radio people aren't privy to.
What's the difference between this and a podcast?
Well, a podcast isn't live. Like, this is live radio. We're on the radio live. But this actual broadcast that I'm doing right now, I'll get the MP3, the voice, the audio, and I will upload it to SoundCloud, and it automatically is a podcast on iTunes.
I see.
So it is a podcast. But I prefer live radio because if people want to interact with me, I'd rather have them interact.
Right.
I know a lot of people like the podcast because they listen at their own time, but for me, there's no interaction. Even if it's, I don't care if it's two people, I like to have the interaction. It's not about how many, it's about just that.
Quality.
Well, yeah,
The
but it's
energy.
me, it's what I like. I like that. I like to have an interaction with people. That's what I do. That's my job.
You know my brother's still on the radio in New York?
Yeah, I heard that.
He was just voted the 5th most relevant talk show host of all time. And he's in the Hall of Fame. He just won the LA Hall of Fame. He's 88.
Wow.
You should check him out sometime. Barry Farber. He's really pretty late.
Well, I actually did.
I don't like his politics. but
I heard that.
He's a conservative.
Yeah, I
He
heard
wasn't, that developed over time. Unfortunate for me.
Well, do y'all get along?
Not like I'd like to, because, you know, we are political. We are who we are.
Right.
And our views are so different.
Right.
I love him, but I don't always like him because I can't believe he says things he says. But
Right.
I have other friends. Bernie Marcus loves Trump, gave him millions of dollars.
Right.
I'm not a Trump fan, I'm just
Right.
not into all that.
Right.
You may be, but the point is, I have friends I like that are, but I have to overcome. Do you?
Do I
mean,
what?
if you are a Republican, did you have trouble with Democrats and liberals?
I don't have trouble with anybody. I don't
But
care.
do you know people that do, like they couldn't
The only
stand
time,
Hillary?
yes, I
They
do
couldn't
know
stand
people that,
Hillary.
yeah, but I have people that like from Boston that I knew that were but they were mad about Republicans, but they were so angry anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I do.
I think there's balance, and I may like something on one side, but there may be a few things on the other side. Like, I'm like, can't we just meld all that and get to, whatever. So my thing is that I don't have a problem personally with anybody who has any views at all. Everybody's free to choose whatever. You just do your thing, whatever works for you. I don't know. I guess now.
So you're reducing judgments then, right? Trying to eliminate? And because part of judgment are taste in life, things you really like more than other things. Because, I mean, you love Hal's, I bet, a lot.
Right.
More than the oyster bar. Probably.
Right.
But you don't just like the oyster bar.
Right. You get 20 seconds. Okay, we are back, and let me just tell you what's going on quickly. Friday is Pure Tequila in Roswell is having their first rooftop party of the season from 5 to 11 p.m. Of course, it's weather permitting. The legendary Freddie Cole is Friday, 7:30 at the Velvet Note in Alpharetta. It's Friday Night Blues at Hobnob in Midtown at 9 p.m. Wild Wing Cafe in Dunwoody has Mixed Tribe acoustics. Jimmy's Tequila presents the Red Hot Chili Pepper Tribute. And Seven Bridges is an Eagles tribute band, and that's at 37 Main in Beaufort. Fridays at Havana is Ladies' Night from 9 to 3, and the Regent Cocktail Club has the music spun by Joey Casanova from 9 to 1. And it's a tribute to Prince's Dirty Mind album by the Next Level Events at Venkman's, and that's at 10 o'clock. Saturday, of course, is Cardio Blast in the morning at Body Design Personal Training. All of this is on Facebook, by the way, and you can find it on my Living Atlanta calendar. If you want to start day drinking, 12 noon on Saturday to 4 p.m. is the pub crawl on the Beltline, and you get tickets at beltlinebarcrawl.com, and it's from Inman Park to Piedmont Park. There's all the Opry DM, Bread and Butterfly, City Winery Atlanta. You'll be stopping at all these places, Pure Tequila, Inman Park, Tacos and Tequila, there's all kinds of stuff. And of course, it's Jerry Farber's 80th birthday celebration with Josh Harris and the Moonlighters at the...
Oh, and I gotta tell you one more thing.
Tell me.
Dave Chappelle, Jim Gaffigan, Jerry Seinfeld, all will not be at my birthday party.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's their loss.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It will be. It's their loss.
Josh Harris is a great young comic. Have you ever
There you
seen
go.
him?
No.
Yeah, he just,
So I'm excited. And then, okay, here it is. I have the information. It's $10 in advance and $15 at the door. And the doors are open at 7 p.m. So you can get on the Red Light Cafe. You can go to their Facebook page,
right.
and there'll be a
There's
link.
also free parking there, too, right in
Free
front.
parking, yay.
Right in front.
So what's going on at Mad Life up in Woodstock is Cheyenne, the 80s rock tribute band. I don't know, why is it at 9:55? I mean, that's kind of weird, but that's your neck of the woods, Sky. Yeah, so, and then
Really?
Saturdays at the Regent Cocktail Club. Fly Betty is at Wild Wings in Dunwoody from 9 to 12. Now, Sunday, I saw this Red Sky in East Cobb has dinner pairings, but it's brunch for dinner. And it starts at 5 p.m. So that looks like a lot of fun. And 6 p.m. at Wild Wing Cafe in Dunwoody, it's Full House Hold'em Poker. And that is by the same people who bring you karaoke and all that. Joe Granson is at Venkman's at 7 p.m. on Sunday night, and it's a Sinatra and Friends tribute. So that's going to be a blast. Johnny's Hideaway, it's 8:30 is Legacy Music. And Sunday Night Comedy Festival, it's an open mic competition at the Punchline from 9 to 10:45. Did you used to do those?
Oh, yeah. I did them. I had a club.
Right,
So we did
yeah,
it
the side,
at-
side
No,
door.
no, way before,
Oh, before
30
that.
years ago,
Oh.
at the Farbers, the original Farbers. You know who we used to have? Foxworthy, Indigo Girl, we had them all.
Right.
We paid them $500 a week. That was 7 shows. That was
Wow.
for 7 shows.
Wow.
That was in the day, you know, because they wanted to work.
Right.
And the lesson is for young ones, God, I need to make, no, ask Foxworthy how he started.
Right,
They wanted nothing, they wanted an opportunity to be in front of humans.
right, and do what they
And
love.
what they do, and you hope that it happens. It happened, Indigo Girls would come in for free. And then we offered them $70 a show. And then they became the Indigo.
Great, isn't that
Well,
crazy?
you know, all the stars, like, they don't just start out making 20 million a year. Right, you know, they
Right.
don't start out, but young
Who
ones, they
does?
got, nobody, but the point is, they don't get, it's legwork. You gotta do the legwork
Right,
and get out of bed and not have, well, I gotta make this, because the owner will say, well, we can't pay you that. And I say, well, I'm not gonna leave then we'll get another one. I mean, he'll tell you, a lot of good musicians out there, a lot of players, and a
there's
lot of
so much
comedians.
music out there in Atlanta. I mean, I'm inundated, you know, for living in Atlanta. There's not enough time in the day to talk about all the stuff that's going on
Right.
here in Atlanta. It's amazing. Smith's Old Bar just has like stuff, I mean, it's amazing. This stuff, it's crazy. There's lots of
I
stuff.
like hanging out there playing pool, listening to bands, Smiths. But did you hear the name of my band? A tribute band. It's called Grateful to Not Be Dead Yet Band. And then I'm doing a Jagger show too. In my comedy show, it's called Can't Get No Metamucil. It's a big hit with the 70-year-old crowd.
I love it. Well, coming up, it's 2 for Tuesdays at Whiskey Mistress. And then, of course, on this week coming up, it's Jerry's birthday party at the Red Light Cafe on Saturday. Next Wednesday, it's the Punchline, Jerry Farber's 80th birthday, and that's Wednesday, 3/7. You can get on the punchline.com and you can get the tickets in advance or you can pay at the door. But remember, you need to go because this is important because I'm going to be there.
And on the outside chance that somebody knows Columbus or wants to come, it's one of the best rooms ever. The loft, where the party's gonna be in front of it, is a sister room to Eddie's Attic. They
Oh,
bring
there
the
you
same-
go.
the same
I love
thing.
it. I
And
love
that's
it.
Thursday night.
Okay, that's next Thursday,
7
the
and 9,
8th.
we're doing 2
Okay,
shows there.
perfect. So if you're in that area, but next week on my show, Charlene May, my friend who's coming in, my comedian friend,
Right, she's
we have
gonna
some
be there.
really good stuff to talk about next week. It's going to be great too, just like sort of like this. And then the following week I'll be in Boston, and I will. My friend Chris Ridgway is going to co-host with me from Boston. He's on radio up there, and we're going to figure it out. I have to figure it out. I got a lot of stuff going on because I'm actually hosting a workshop in Boston when I go up on March 14th. I'll be hosting a
Great,
workshop,
good for you.
trying to teach these ladies and get them to understand who they really are and how great they are and see their amazingness.
Well, do you have a date for your TED Talk yet?
Not yet.
Let's get that done.
Yeah. Okay, I'll put you on it.
Okay, no, I don't need you, but you'll be on it.
Oh, okay. All right. So, can we sing happy birthday to Jerry? Yeah.
Thank you both.
Sure. Yeah, whatever we got. Here we go. That's it. We'll see you next week. You know I love y'all.
So much fun. God bless
Happy
you.
birthday. Will you come back?
God willing. Yeah.
Happy
You
birthday.
know how this show, we could get it if I come back from the grave. You gotta promote it that way. Back from the grave.
I love it. I'm so happy you're here.
Thanks for having me. This is
Oh,
really
it's
special.
fun.
And you're special.
Oh, thank you.
It seems to me you're getting a lot more comfortable. and
Yeah, I'm happy.
Getting it.
It's easy.
Yeah, yeah.
This is fun. All right. No, I love you. Wait, listen, I'm all over. I'm on Facebook, Twitter,
Thank you.
everywhere, Instagram. You can find me, juststeph.com. No, I love you all. Wishing you love, balance, and peace. Ciao, ciao, baby. Love you.
Great.
There we go. Okay, let me shut this off. All right, guys. I'll see you around.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. So fun.